This is the true story of a brutal crime inside a quiet mountain cabin, where evidence pointed to suspects, but the truth was never fully uncovered. A small resort town, a single cabin, and a night that left more questions than answers. Our journey into darkness begins in Keddie, a rural community in Northern California. In the early 1980s, Keddie was a haven for solitude, where wind through pines was the loudest sound. Families flocked here for peace and an idyllic escape from the bustling world. Cabin 28, a modest dwelling, seemed no different, a silent witness to quiet moments. But on one fateful night, its tranquility would be shattered, etching its name into horror. Within Cabin 28 lived Sue Sharp, a mother navigating life with her children. The Sharp family was a familiar presence, integrated into the small community. On April 11, 1981, the cabin was alive with ordinary sounds of family and friends, enjoying a typical, uneventful night. Laughter, conversation, a soft glow. Nothing hinted at the unspeakable terror about to descend upon them. As hours bled from April 11th into April 12th, 1981, horror unfolded. What transpired during those dark hours remains shrouded in mystery and brutality. A violent attack, described as chaotic and savage, ripped through the cabin. Multiple victims subjected to unspeakable acts, bound and assaulted with ferocity. The silence of the night became a canvas for terror, yet no witnesses reported it. Screams, if any, swallowed by the vast, indifferent wilderness, perpetrators undisturbed. The cabin, once a symbol of peace, became a tomb of unspeakable suffering. The morning of April 12th brought a chilling discovery, haunting Keddie. A neighbor, sensing amiss, entered Cabin 28, making a routine visit. What they found inside was a scene of unimaginable carnage. 3 victims lay deceased: Sue Sharp, her son John Sharp, and Dana Wingate. The scene bore hallmarks of extreme violence. Overturned furniture, a struggle for life that had been brutally extinguished. The air hung heavy with the stench of death and lingering echoes of terror. Amidst the horror, a new dread emerged. 2 children were unaccounted for: Tina Sharp, Sue's youngest daughter, and Rick Sharp, another of Sue's sons. The frantic search began, a desperate race against time. Miraculously, Rick was found alive nearby, a glimmer of hope in the darkness. But Tina remained missing, her absence casting an ominous shadow over the case. Her disappearance transformed the tragedy into something far more sinister, expanding the scope of the mystery beyond Cabin 28 into the unforgiving landscape. Law enforcement descended upon Keddie, securing the scene of the massacre. The initial investigation was a whirlwind of activity, searching for clues. Evidence collected: weapons, signs of restraint, witness statements. Suspects considered, names whispered, potential keys to unlocking the nightmare. Pressure mounted to bring justice to victims and answers to a terrified community. However, the initial investigation was plagued by critical errors and missteps. The crime scene mishandled, potential evidence lost or overlooked. Compromising the investigation from its inception, vital threads slipped away. As time wore on, the investigation lost direction, hampered by internal failings, leaving a trail of unanswered questions and growing frustration. 3 agonizing years passed, filled with unanswered prayers for a missing daughter. Then, in 1984, a grim discovery was made in remote Butte County. Human remains were found, identified as Tina Sharp. Her disappearance, a haunting subplot, became a central, tragic mystery. The discovery deepened the enigma, raising new questions about her fate and the true extent of the horror that unfolded in Cabin 28. Over the decades, several individuals were identified as persons of interest. Evidence, often circumstantial or fragmented, suggested connections. Whispers and theories abounded, painting a complex, contradictory picture. Despite efforts, no charges were successfully brought against anyone. Key details remained unconfirmed, the puzzle refusing to fit together, leaving the case in a perpetual state of ambiguity and speculation. And so, the Keddie Cabin Murders became what every community dreads: an unsolved case. The passage of time did little to diminish public interest, captivating and horrifying. Questions lingered about investigative errors, missed opportunities, and the possibility that the truth had been within reach, only to slip away. The case went cold, a chilling reminder of justice denied, a testament to the elusive nature of truth when confronted with such profound darkness. Decades later, the Keddie Cabin Murders refused to be forgotten. New evidence and fresh reviews began to emerge, breathing new life into the cold case. Investigators, armed with modern forensics, revisited the scene, re-examined evidence. Some findings offered tantalizing glimpses into potential breakthroughs. Yet, despite developments, a definitive resolution remained out of reach. The case, a wound that never truly healed, continued to defy closure. A quiet cabin in the woods, a crime that shocked a community to its core, and a case that, even after all these years, still has no clear ending. The evidence pointed somewhere, hinting at the identities of those responsible. The answers may have been close, perhaps even within grasp, but in the end, what happened inside Cabin 28 remains unresolved. The shadows of that night still linger, a chilling testament to a horror that time cannot erase, and a mystery that continues to haunt the quiet mountains of Keddie.